Hi again, YouTube. Okay, like I said, on the Sunday I did manage to pick up a few bits. I went into town after we dropped off our friend from Holland back at the airport, and we went for a wander in town. I actually caught the tail end of the little boot sale that is held in town. It's where the market is held in our town. They have an undercover boot sale with the little market stalls. And there were a few stalls there, and everybody was just packing up. It was about lunchtime by the time I got out there, and the weather had cheered up, and we got back from the airport. So I had a quick wander around, and it amazed me. This item that boot sale sets up at about 7 o'clock in the morning, and like I say, I got there around lunchtime, and this item was still sat on a table 5 hours after the beginning of this boot sale. And like I say, so I suppose there's a lesson here, and I've said this before in my other videos. Don't think just because a boot sale has been running for hours that there'll be nothing left. People will miss things, or people just don't know about certain things. And this was a prime example. I was amazed when I saw this, and I thought, how is that still sat there? Most of the stalls were packing up. Like I say, it was right at the end, and sat on a stall was this. This is a Tomitronic 3D. I picked one of these up at the car boot sale not long ago, and I said to the guy, I picked it up quickly, and I said, how much do you want for this? And he said £2.50, and I happened to say, do you know if it works? And he said, I don't know. Now normally when I'm out at my boot sale and I've got my big trolley thing that I have, it's a good idea to take a load of batteries with you so you can test for this exact scenario. You can then test an item and see if it works. Which with an item like this is the difference between it being worth 20 quid or being worth practically nothing. But anyway, this guy had a little transistor radio with him that was listening to, and he took the batteries out of that, popped them in and tested it. And it all fired up, and he started playing it, and he suddenly was like, oh, I love this game, I haven't played this for like 20 years, oh, it's fantastic, blah blah blah. And then he said he wanted £3 for it, because now he knew it worked. And I was like, well, you said £2.50 a second ago. Anyway, I gave him his £3 because it was still a bargain. This is £15 to £20. It's not quite in as good condition as the Shark Attack one I picked up the other week, because it's missing its strap. These are quite often missing on these. It's not the end of the world, but it's not in quite as good nick as the other one. But yeah, so £3 right at the end of a car boot sale. I was amazed that was still sat on the table. And a couple of other bits. I got a Very Best of Violin CD for 20 pence, and brand new sealed pack of hair dye for £1. These sell really easily for £5 or £6. So there was those. And then there was, this was in a charity shop. I managed to pick up another bag of Duplo. It was a big bag full, and I paid £5 for it. And if it was just bog standard bricks, I may not have bothered at £5. There's not a whole lot of bulk here. But it had these in. These are Disney cars, and they're genuine Duplo. Like I said before, if you're not sure if it's genuine Duplo, you will see inside all of these studs it will say Lego, because Duplo is made by Lego. So anyway, there was a load of these Cars characters. There's Lightning McQueen and several others. And what I've done with those is, there was some of the scenery from the Cars sets in there, so the truck stop sign and the Rusty's sign. I had these from a few weeks back. I picked up a couple of genuine Duplo roadway baseboards. I paid 10 or 20 pence each for these. So what I'm going to do, I've made a little scene up, so I'm going to have a road, a couple of bits of scenery, and those signs and the 4 cars, and I'm going to put those on for £15. Oops. So those were in the bag, and then there was a load of bugs and stuff. There's a big spider, he's really cool, and his web, and a dragonfly, and a snail. He should have a clear shell. I've sold him a number of times. but he still looks cool. He looks more like a slug without his shell, but that's fine. And one of these, this is actually Primo. There's another type of Lego called Primo, which is for tiny babies. This is a rattle, but because it looks like a ladybird, I'm going to put it in with these. And Primo is compatible with Duplo because they fit on 4 of the pins like so. So you can still sell it with Duplo. It's all compatible. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to make up a little scene. So there'll be a baseboard and some of these green bricks, and I've made some to look like flowers. So in the photo it's going to be all laid out with a load of bugs, like a little scene. It just adds so much interest and value to your items if you take the effort to display them really well. So I'm going to do that lot like that. I'll ask £10 for that bundle. And then there was some vehicles. So I'm going to do those in a little lot, and some figures. So I'm going to bundle those. And I had an ambulance that's been sat around for ages. I keep meaning to get around. I was going to list this on its own, but I've decided to do it with the truck and the post office van as a little bundle, and I'll ask £10 for that as well. So that was cool. And in with it were these. These are Disney cars again, but they're not Duplo. These are the pull back and go ones. They don't have a great deal of value, but I'm going to stick that pair on their own like that. So that was nice. And then another charity shop had a book clearance. They just had a box outside with tons of books in it at 10p each. So I picked up a few. These are Rainbow Magic Fairies books. There's a whole huge series of these, and I pick these up and I make bundles out of these as well. If you can get them for the sort of 10p mark, just go for it. I've got loads. I've got probably about 100 set out the back now, and they're waiting to be made into job lots. So another couple of those at 10p each. And Mr. Men books at 10p each. I'm all over these. They go really well in bundles. These are a couple of like special edition ones, which may even sell on their own. I've not looked into those. But the standard ones, I just make up job lots, and you can get really good money for those. And another special edition one there, which may have value on its own. Don't know, but at 10p each, I was into those. And then in a charity shop was a really nice 1958 map of Guernsey. I buy maps. My general rule of thumb with maps is if they are current and bang up to date, pick them up. If they are old, pick them up. When I say old, I'm talking 1960s and backwards really. This is like I say 1958, and it's Guernsey, so it's really nice sort of special interest. I pay 50p in a charity shop. A map like this I'll put on for about £8, and they tend to sell really quick. So yeah, that was really nice. It's in lovely condition as well. So that's that. And I took a chance on this in a charity shop for 40p. I've since looked it up, and it's going to be a bit of a hard one to sell, but it'll go eventually. Uniforms of the World. Nice special interest book. But yeah, there's not much of a demand for that. And then on the Sunday, like I say, we went into town, did a bit of Christmas shopping, and had a look round, and I found some more retail arbitrage stock, some new stock. These I picked up in Poundland. Now you need to be careful sourcing CDs in Poundland, because most of the CDs in Poundland that you'll find are second hand. They reseal them, and they have a little sticker on that says replay, but they are used. Occasionally you can get a really good bargain in there, but just be really careful because they're not new. But every now and again Poundland will get brand new factory sealed stuff in. The way of telling is it doesn't have the replay sticker, and it uses its own original barcode, whereas all the replay stuff, they over sticker the barcode with a generic barcode. So these are all brand new factory issue CDs, obviously at £1 each. I don't know where they're sourcing these from to make money at £1. This is a triple BB King Can't Keep the Blues album. So 3 CDs. I bought a load of those. I should get about £5 each on those. This one isn't worth a great deal, but I might do a pair like that with some of those, and they'll go quick and for good money. And then they had Door Record Story. This is another triple CD, brand new sealed pack of the Door Record Story. They should sell quite easily for a £5 each. And I grabbed Modern Record Story. I'm Ready, the Modern Records Story with 2 discs in. This one isn't quite as good, you know, I won't get much for those to be honest, but I took a chance on £1, so I should get roughly a £5 each on all of those. And then I picked up a few of these. This is new to me, Bubble Guppies. It's a Nickelodeon cartoon, and this is a Bubble Guppies playset. These were in a shop on High Street being cleared at £4.99, and they will sell really well on eBay. I looked them up while I was there. I can't remember how much I'm going to stick them on at. I'll put a little thingy up here saying what I hope to get back on eBay. So I picked up 3 of those. Okay, that's it. That was it for my weekend. Not a lot of stock. Normally I will get a car full of stock at the weekends. But this is one of the things that makes it tricky sourcing your stock as I do, because I can get tons and tons of stuff in the summer, and then in the winter months it gets harder and harder to source stock in the big volumes that I need to turn over to earn a living. So I tend to stock up like mad through the summer and squirrel it all away. I've got tons of stock in the loft. The office is rammed with stock, and it may seem like I'm hoarding and just stockpiling, but the thing is, through the winter, like the months of December, January, February are hard to find stock. They're hard to source stock. So if you've built up a huge inventory of stock, you can then sail through the winter just selling off all the stuff you've picked up through the summer, and it works really, really well. And that's how I do it. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.